My name is William Bo Rothwell. Most people call me Bo. If you call me William, it's probably because you're a telemarketer. And I teach Linux Plus classes here at SIAD, also cloud classes, and a set of classes called DevNet, which is a combination of software development and networking. So I've been a corporate IT instructor for about 30 years. I started teaching Unix classes for a company called Sun Microsystems. So I taught their sysadmin classes for Unix, and also was a courseware developer and instructor for Qualcomm here in San Diego for a few years too. In 2000, I opened my own corporate training site, which I operated for about 15 years. And currently I work for a company called ServiceNow. I do courseware development for their cloud-based automation technologies. So years ago when I first got into IT, I was a trainer. And I found that I didn't really like some of the content I was teaching from too much. So I started creating my own course materials. And that led into basically a career of not only teaching, but also creating course content as well. In fact, I wrote my first published book in 2016 for Pearson Publishing. And since then, I've actually published 10 books overall. So that's kind of like a natural offshoot of creating learning content. Now it's creating books instead. And that's kind of what I'm really passionate about, is actually creating content that people can learn from. So like I mentioned, I've been a corporate instructor for really my entire career. And in the corporate world, it's a lot different than it actually is in the scholastic environment. The training is really fast paced, and a lot of times you're teaching IT professionals who've been in the industry for many, many years. They've got a lot of experience. So I was interested in actually getting into a scholastic environment where I know some of our students actually do have a fair amount of IT experience, but a lot of them are coming in. This is the first thing they're getting into their IT careers. And I really thought it'd be really awesome to be involved in that kind of environment where, I'm teaching students who not only have some experience, but also are in the process of getting into an IT career and getting them excited about that process. And helping them learn and grow in the IT environment. One of the things that I was pleasantly surprised about is how committed everyone seems to be at SIAT to the quality of the education for the students. And this is actually from like the owner to the dean, student services, support personnel, the high quality instructors that we have. It really is quite clear that everyone is really committed to making sure the students learn as the best they can, give them as much opportunity as possible. So students are actually provided with support to learn and to become successful into either breaking into an IT career or enhancing their existing IT careers. One of the things that's most important to understand is the students have access to the instructors, and that's really important for their success. So that includes things like e-support, like sending emails to instructors and get a response back, or talking to them on Teams messaging, or the ability to arrange a one-on-one meeting with the instructor for additional help. I've actually learned through my process of being an instructor here that the students that succeed and then go on to have good careers are the ones that actually engage with the instructor and constantly ask probing questions, ask questions where they don't understand something. So I think that's a really valuable part of the educational process here at SIAT. I also think the curriculum is really valuable because it's designed not only for students to enter an IT career, but also to prepare for IT certifications. I've been a big proponent for IT certifications my entire career. At this point in time, I hold about 15 different IT certifications that I'm constantly updating because I really think they're very valuable for not only actually breaking into an IT career, but also propelling an IT career forward. A lot of organizations actually look at that as a benchmark in order to just even get an interview in some cases. So they're very, very valuable to have. And the fact that our classes are designed specifically to lead towards an IT certification is really an important part of the whole process here. My favorite thing is actually the student engagement. I think one of the things that I don't get so much in the corporate world is that, longer term engagement. Most of my classes in the corporate environment, they're like 3 to 5 days, and then poof, the students are gone. And so it's like, you don't really know how they turned out in some cases. You just don't see them again. But in this environment, I have students that actually take my classes multiple times. They'll come to the Linux classes first, and then the DevNet classes, and then the cloud classes. So you can see their progress as they grow and really help them actually get involved into IT and get excited about it as well.